Hey there, friends. I'm gonna see if I'm live here for you guys. I think I am. Hey there. So, hello, I'm live. Yay. However, I forgot to grab my iPad so I can see the comments. So give me just like 2 seconds. I'm gonna go grab my iPad from upstairs so I can chat with you guys. But hi, I'm so happy you're all here. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, we should be in business now. Let's see, make sure it comes up right. Yay, hello. Sorry, you guys. That was so silly. I haven't done one of these in so long that apparently I'm forgetting like how, you know, how everything goes. So, hello, hi. Yay, I'm so glad that you guys could all make it like so randomly today, which we'll talk a little bit more about all that kind of stuff here in just a second. I just ran up 2 flights of stairs, so I'm like, anyway, hey guys, so today we are going to be working on some one Ampersand Story Kit Crush project, which I am super excited about. Thank you, Shuin. I'm really loving my haircut too. It's like way fresher. Like I feel like myself again. I've always had really blonde hair, always. And so with the pandemic and everything, I like went gray and brown, and that was no fun. So I'm glad, I feel like I'm me again. Some very small, quick housekeeping things here right at the start. This week we're trying something a little bit different, a little bit new, and something I'm hoping will become eventually a permanent change to Patreon. So I have been really kind of thinking about how to make Patreon a much more like community-based place to be, less than just watching more regular like sped up voiced over process videos, which are what I do on YouTube. But I want to create kind of a differentiation between the two platforms, YouTube and Patreon. And so spoiler alert, one of the things I'm planning to do is to switch up Patreon to be more of a live format. However, we are all very busy people, and including me, and I know that a lot of us don't have hours and hours and hours of time to watch replay videos and get caught up on live things. So my goal is to create some live content for Patreon that is 30 minutes or less. So just really quick, one project type of things, but I'm hoping to make it kind of a daily thing. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to look like. My plan is to launch that type of content starting in October, just because with moving and all that stuff, I can't commit to like, you know, every day I'll be here, because I still have to move at some point. And so, but I do want to give you a heads up that That is most likely coming here in the near future. I have lots of ideas of what that can mean, because if I'm here for 30 minutes, let's say right now my plan is Monday through Thursday. So if I'm here with you for 30 minutes, Monday through Thursday, sometimes we might work on Story Kit Crush projects that are only going to be here on Patreon. I'm not going to put them on YouTube. Or we might be working on other story projects, or I might be screen sharing on my computer and just show you some stuff on there that day. It's more of a hanging out together, crafting, chatting, you know, catching up on each other's day, that sort of thing. That's kind of my idea and the direction I want to take this in. But for now, we're kind of in a limbo situation where what life is going to look like hasn't started yet. So I figure I'm here all week this week, so I'm going to give it a try this week and go live for 30 minutes Monday through Thursday this week, and then next week I might do Monday. Then we're on a vacation for a week, so then it's just going to be kind of like random, totally random for August and September. But I think that it will be a really fun way to interact with each other and that sort of thing. So that being said, pretty soon I'm going to put some polls up on both Patreon and Facebook just to gauge a couple of different things. One is, what platform do you guys prefer? So keep an eye out for that poll. It'll be either a Facebook Live situation or a Zoom type of thing, which I'm open to both of those types of videos. So I want to leave that up to you guys to help me decide whether to do a weekly or a daily Facebook thing or a daily Zoom. What's the other program? Zoom thing. So we'll figure that out as we get closer to the time, and then also figuring out times that work best. So I'm going to have a bunch of different time options and have you guys help me select, you know, which ones are going to work best for all of you. So that's where we're at. Woo, that was a lot. I'm going to get you guys turned around. Today we're going to work on one project for the Ampersand Story Kit. I'll show you a little bit more about what that entails today, and that's going to be it. So let's get you flipped. Whoop. Okay, so boom, bada bing. All right, we are here. Okay, so let me pull all my supplies out and we'll go from there. All right. See who all's here. So many. Got Kate, Shuan, Mary, Teresa, Judy, Janet, Janine, Michelle. Man, so many of you guys. That's so exciting. Okay, so this project that I'm doing today is a scrap lift with a twist of a project that Allie did in the Story Classroom. If you are a subscriber to Allie Edwards, she has a Story Classroom that you can subscribe to where you get the digital kit and the class material. And then there's also the physical kit, the physical stamp. And if you do the kit and the stamp, then you get the class for free. So in the Story Classroom, Allie shared this layout that I really loved. And it was essentially what do I want to call this? Like a foundation page. And then on top of that, she had 4 photos that she did. Which, see, I got to remember which direction I'm going here. There we go. So we had 4 photos, and then she created these little spots that she punched out and then left these ampersand chipboard pieces. One of hers, she had interactive, where you could pull out journaling from behind the photo. I, of course, want to take that idea and one-up it and make all 4 of them interactive so I can add even more story to my layout. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to create an interactive layout on this side, and then I'm pairing it with just a big photo with some embellishment. Now my story concept this time is a now and then, which there is this like title piece that says now and then on it, and that's essentially where a lot of my idea for this one came from. And what I thought would be a fun now and then story is the story of my first day of kindergarten and Isabella's first day of kindergarten, which was a year ago now. So this is, you know, I'm retelling the same story again in a different lens, which is totally fine. But I pulled out some photos of me from kindergarten as well. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by getting this all trimmed up. In Photoshop, I did add this portion of a circle, which I'm going to use a 1-inch circle punch to punch that out. And that's where my journaling is going to go, which I think will work out just fine. But that helps me to place everything so that I just knew, honestly, it helped with my journaling because I could make sure that, you know, things are moved to where, I guess this one actually goes here, so that I can add my circle piece here and not interfere with any of the journaling. So it's just kind of, you know, getting myself set up there. Okay, so let's get these trimmed up. Where is my trimmer? All right. Oh, Shuin. So yes, I am going to, so if it were, like, let's say we decided to do Zoom, like a Zoom hangout instead of a Facebook Live, I would record them and have them as an unlisted video, which is essentially what all of the Patreon videos are, is they are considered unlisted, so you can't watch any of them without special links and stuff. So I would do the same thing for Zoom ones. They would just be posted after the fact on Patreon. The reason I'm debating between them is I like the idea of being able to actually like talk to you guys on a regular basis. That would be really fun. It's definitely easier, like not Facebook, YouTube lives are definitely easier behind the scenes than Zoom, but Zoom has the capability of being able to chat. So I don't know. That's why I'm debating between the two of what I want to do. I also, the Zoom stuff will be a lot easier once I move and I have a different office setup, because if I have to use my iPad for Zoom, it's harder. Like, I don't think it actually records it, versus on the computer it does record it. So I don't know, it's confusing. There are logistics certainly to be figured out, but I think either one of them could work. And be fun. But also, I mean, if you guys prefer to watch and like type in stuff, that's fine too. You know, like I'm comfortable with YouTube. Okay, so that is that. First of all, get rid of all those, and then we can punch these circles out. Will be the next thing. All right. And so this is where that's really nice to have those circles already done in there, because it's easier for me to just punch it. Okay. Okay, so there are the 4 photos. The other thing I might need to do, maybe I want to, so like for example, no, you go here. So I wonder, where's that chipboard piece? Okay, here is what I'm going to test. So if I were to just do part of it, no, I think I'm going to, I was debating what I want to do, if I want to get a circle there. I think I do. So I'm going to grab my stamp set and we're just going to quickly make some circles with maybe like, maybe I'll do this like more of the story, and we'll do that. And I need a piece of cardstock. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna do like a light gray. No, I want, it's gonna be too light. I think I'm gonna do this one. It's not super light, but it's the lightest I've got that you can still see. So we're just gonna like repeat stamp more of the story, which I think works well enough. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Like maybe even to like have specified days, you know, so like Mondays are, like Monday and Wednesday we do Facebook, and then Tuesday and Thursday we do Zoom. Something like that. Because that could work. Okay. I think it will be a lot of fun because I like the idea of being able to like just do all kinds of different things. You know, like if I do something and you guys are all like, hey, how did you do that on Photoshop? Like I know Elena, which I don't think she's on here right now, but she's got questions about some Photoshop stuff. And tutorials are they're hard to make because it just takes time to plan it all out and try and make sure you've got everything covered. So it'd be really fun to just be like, hey, I saw a bunch of questions on this one thing. So like today on our 30-minute live, let me show you how to do that. You know, I think that will be fun. I think when I do the digital stuff that might be fun to do over Zoom even, so that you guys can stop me if I'm going too fast, you know? Like that might be a good option for those types of videos. I don't know. It opens up a whole world of different types of content and things that set apart Patreon versus YouTube as well, because I want you guys to feel like you get special stuff by being here. And also having the ability to like hang out, because I love the Saturdays that we do the Saturday Zoom call once a month, and I always feel like so connected, and then it's a whole month goes by. So I don't know, it's just something I've been really thinking about lately. And doing stuff live, the video editing process is way easier because there is no video editing process. It's just like, okay, it's up, you know. So I don't know, I think it will be fun. One of the other things I was thinking about, that's probably, how many? I only need 4, so that's probably fine. Let's just keep on stamping. The other thing that I have been thinking about a lot lately is when I do Story Kit Crush, I always end up with way more than 4 stories or 5 stories, because originally the idea was to do 1 story every week on YouTube. But I like to use up the whole kit, as you guys know. So I end up doing like 2 or 3 projects per video, and it's just a lot. So I like the idea of doing 4 or 5 stories, depending on how many Fridays there are in the month, and then doing all the rest of them live over here. And then at the end of the month, having like a wrap up, like here's everything I made this month with this kit, you know, but you only can see 4 of them on YouTube, and the rest of them are all over here. I thought that could make it kind of fun too. Okay, so what I'm going to do is punch out 4 of those, and those are going to become the tabs that pull out, you know, that help me pull the story out from behind the photo. I think that will end up being fun. And then we can stick the colorful ampersand chipboard down on top of that. So let's do the next process. So next I'm going to hole punch this so that I know I'm not interfering with anything. Grab my hole punch, grab my template, and then we'll go like this. Oh, and another thing I was thinking about, you guys, this is all like, this is what I do all day long. pretty much. I'm like, ooh, how could I improve this? And oh, how could I improve that? Like, it's just, my brain doesn't ever stop. So another thing I was contemplating, and of course this is all idea stage, is to potentially do like because October I do October daily, December I do December daily. So I considered doing like a full length live video of those pages here on Patreon. So then it would be like, where did that go? It would be like, you know, during the daily making of the page, like, let me just go live and do it and you guys get the replays. And then downloading the live content and doing like a sped up, you know, edited voiced over version for normal YouTube. So I don't know. Oof. I just, all kinds of things I gotta think about while we wait for the next stage of life. Okay, so I've got this cool plastic ampersand here, which I'm going to use. I'm gonna stick this up here. And then this I need to trim down because I don't obviously want it to go across my face. So we'll go over here. All right, so, and you know, if you guys are ever, if there's ever like a certain kind of video or content or whatever that you wish I did over here, you go, I'm always open for suggestions too, because for me, you know, it's just coming up with stuff. But I'm always open to other ideas. Okay, so this I'm trying to round out the corners so it kind of mimics a little bit how it used to look, because I like that rounding the corners sometimes gives it a finished look. Makes it less like I just chopped this in half, you know. And then that's gonna go there and be my title here. Whoops. All right, so yes, Rachel, exactly. So we like come and we hang out here and we make our pages, you know, and you guys get to hear this kind of banter. I get to talk you through the story and tell you how some days I'm just not feeling like it, but I'm gonna do it anyway, you know, because that happens in December and in October. And then later I can post those to my normal YouTube because those are kind of like how a lot of people discover me are through those. So I feel like I have to have them over on YouTube. Okay, so we've got then and now over here. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna do to the photo portion. And this is a picture I took with Izzy on the first day of kindergarten, which first day we like was whenever I felt like starting, you know. I mean, we made it a big deal, but but it was like, you know, the first day. Okay, so these ones I want to put in a grid like so, and then this is going to go into the middle of them like that, and then we'll have pull out journaling, which I think will be fun. Okay, so what I need to do then is I need to, and this I honestly probably should have put down a bit more, but you know, you live and you learn. So I'm going to use my 1/8 inch score tape to create pockets. I guess it doesn't, like the full circle doesn't have to come in. So this should be, it should still be okay. And I'm going to put the tape on the edges that don't have the punched out circle because that's where the journaling is going to go. Then I need the one that goes here, which is going to be this one. And I think what I'll do is make sure that that's inside of it. Yeah. I think what I'll do is I'll grab this and just kind of like put some sticky there. And then I'm gonna put this right there. And that will become my tab that pulls out from this. And then I can add like a, you know, like maybe I want a green one here. I think this will look super cute. Okay. So it'll be basically like that. And it will pull out. I think that'll look good. So I think I'll assemble all of those first before I stick down the pockets, just in case I need more room on something. Yeah. And then this one, we'll do the same thing. So I'm just going to do this for a second and catch up on your guys' comments. Mary, I love that you have questions during all that. I know, yeah. It's, the daily stuff is crazy. It's crazy and it's fun. I've started looking into like products that are being released this October. Now this one. And I finally feel like I'm starting to get excited for the fall months. I don't know, I just have been kind of in a weird, like, I just think that there's so many changes coming that sometimes it feels hard to like get excited about it, you know? But I feel like I'm starting to finally feel excited. The other thing I'm contemplating is, do I need to like, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch out another one and put it on the back of this so that it's got a, like, I'm worried that this will eventually pull off of it. So I think I'll do that to finish the back side. Just a side comment there. Okay. Anyway, so I'm starting to feel excited for October is what I was going to say. And just ready for that time of year, you know? Fall's my favorite. Okay, this one is this one. Oh, let's do this first. Okay. And so Shuin, what I'm looking at for Halloween right now. Okay, so I don't know if any of you guys listen to Paper Talk, which is Janet and Josie, their podcast. And they recently had Heidi Swap come on for an episode, and she alluded to the fact that she's doing an October daily kit with these storyline chapters. So regardless, I'm thinking of doing a storyline chapters album for October daily this year, just to change it up from my typical 4x4. And I want to see what she's going to do, because I think that would be really cool to see, like, what are her products this time around, you know? And maybe they won't be what I end up going with, but I'd like to see that before I make a decision. So potentially her stuff. And then I also like, I have a couple things in my shopping cart on scrapbook.com. I like the Simple Stories collection that's not released yet. It's just coming soon. The only thing about it is that it looks just like Hey Pumpkin, and that kind of irritates me that it's like all the same designs all over again. You know, I find that annoying. So I don't know if I'll do that one or not, because I just feel a little bit miffed by that. And then there's also, make sure this is straight on here. There's also another one that I liked, but I'm having trouble remembering what it's called, who it's by. I'll have to look it up, and I'll tell you guys tomorrow when I come back and try and go live again tomorrow. I'll look it up and tell you, because I don't remember what it is, but it's cute, and it's a little bit different. It's got a really cute witch, which I like about it, you know? But yes, so let me see. Judy. So Judy, you're asking, I'm curious too if any of you guys have done storyline chapters. I've never done one before. I like the idea of it. I like the idea of it being kind of like a large traveler's notebook. That's fun. So I think it will be a fun way to spice up the same project, you know. Okay, so I'm doing 4 more circles. These ones are totally filled, just white. And then I'm going to use this so I don't get glue everywhere. And we'll do this. And I think that will make this a bit more secure for being an element that pulls out. Okay, I'll do this one. Week in the life. Okay, you guys, sometimes I think that there's just so many projects that it's hard, and I have a hard time not completing all the things, right? Yes, I did do week in the life. I have all of my photos. I have all of my, I don't have my journal, like my long form journaling done. I only have like the, I use those sheets that Allie has on her blog. So I have those totally filled out. But that is it. So I haven't done anything else. I'm thinking at this point that it might become my like super early spring or late winter project. So like kind of like I did this year, I did week in the life. I believe I finished it in either February or March. So I'm thinking I might do the same thing again, just to kind of relieve the pressure of getting it done, because I feel the pressure of wanting it to be done, but I know that, you know, we're moving, and then I'll have October daily, and then I'll have December daily, and that there's just not going to be any time for week in the life. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is just put it on the back burner for now and try and be okay with that. It's hard to be okay with that. But it's okay. It will get done. I do think I'm going to sit down. I don't know when. Maybe I'll do that this week. Or maybe I'll bring my computer and do it while we're on our vacation. Because I do want to get the long form journaling done this year, like before I forget everything. I also did my week at the beginning of July. So I had mine go from like June 28th, I think, to July 4th. Which was a bit later than everybody else. But the funny thing is I was trying to save it for a week that felt more normal, because the week that everybody else did it is the week that we put our house on the market. So it was like the least normal week of my life. And so, sorry, I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, least normal week ever. And then, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to save this for a week that's going to be more normal. And then it ended up being not normal anyway. So I was like, whatever. Apparently what is normal right now is that nothing is consistent and normal. And that will just be part of the project, you know? Okay. All right, so there are all of my little pull-out pieces. So now what I need to do is get everything arranged on here so I can stick it down where I want it to go. So I'm thinking, I'd like there to be enough room for them to fit on here, but I might have to trim pieces off of those circles. We'll see. Make them a little flatter, which will be fine. That would be fine. Because yeah, that's gonna come, but I might be able to move it up. We'll see. I don't know. Possibly. The problem is going to be right in here. You know, that these two are going to interact with the edges. So I think that'll still be okay, and I might just trim a piece off of that and be fine with it. So I think what I'm going to do is leave this, what do I do here? Do I want to just cut you? How do I know if you're straight though? Okay. Let's figure this out. I think, what if I try to do it that way? And we'll see. Okay. Oh boy. Oh man, you guys, I'm so far behind. Okay. Travel album for the hat. I'll have to show you guys some of the progress I've got on my album. It's not a ton because I've been working on other things, but I'll show you where I'm at with that before we head out today. Okay, so let's do that and then this one, and we'll see how much that does. Yep, I did see the Echo Park Halloween collections too. Shuwen, how is Liz Lamoureux's class, the Tell It class? I saw her market that and I was like, ooh, this sounds really interesting. I really like Liz. That didn't cut right. I really, really like Liz. She, like, I don't know. To me, she's such like a soothing person, I think. Nope, still crooked. Darn it. Okay, so, but yeah, I'm curious how that class is going. I considered it for a hot second and then was like, oh, I can't do all the things, but maybe another time if she does it again. That's hilarious that it makes you feel good that I have an unfinished. I actually have multiple unfinished. So I desperately need to work on my one little word album, like real bad. I mean, I'm an instructor this year and I haven't done anything since my own prompt in April, which is so bad. So I really need to work on that. And maybe that is what I don't know. I have so many plans. I have so many things I need to do. But yeah, I'm very behind in that one and I need to work on it. And then I'm sure there's other things. I always have travel albums in the works, which they will get finished eventually. But, you know, those are something in their self. So yeah, there are things that I don't end up having time for. It happens. It happens to all of us. Okay, so here we go. I will say that one of the things I'm going to be doing soon here, I'm actually contemplating, what is today, the 9th? Is today the 9th? If it is, I might need to do it today if I'm going to do it. I am going to cancel my Paper Person subscription. I feel like, and I'm sure some of you guys can relate. I feel like I have so much product coming in right now. Oh, I should have started with this one. That it feels really stressful to, well, and I like to use whatever comes in. It's just kind of my personality, I suppose. And it feels like a lot. So I'm trying to pare down some things. You guys probably noticed that I did not continue on the feature craft design team. Nothing bad happened. Elise is a wonderful, awesome person. It just started to become overwhelming, the amount of stuff, the amount of stuff to use. So I decided to let go of that one. I feel like I'm probably going to put this on here crooked in trying to make sure everything's straight. So that is something. And then of all the products that I get to use, I feel like every month is a struggle for Paper Person. So I'm going to let that one go too, which means I'll have to update. I mean, I'm going to update it anyways because there'll be lots of changes coming to Patreon, but that'll be one of them that I won't be doing Paper Person anymore because I don't know. I'm struggling with it, and instead of fighting to try and make something work, you know, I feel like I would rather let go of Paper Person and then be able to work with other stuff that I get. Like, for instance, I just got the whole Great Outdoors collection from Allie Edwards, and I would love to be able to use that, or to be able to work on some travel albums instead, just, you know, to change up things. So that is something else that I meant to tell you guys too when we started this video today. Okay, is that that change is also coming. All right, there's that. But I think it'll be really positive. I think it'll end up being a really positive thing. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because yeah, I was just like, oh no. And it did make me nervous because, you know, that's part of what I said, that this place, you know, that this was going to be a place I could share those types of, you know, how to use other products like those. But I don't know. I think, you know, there's just something to say about, like, know what you love and let go of what you don't. I think that that's totally fine. And sometimes, not sometimes, I always believe that less is more. So when we have less to work with, then it's easier to use it up and tell more stories, because we're not overwhelmed with all the stuff, and overwhelm is just not fun. So we're gonna say no to overwhelm. Nope, okay. I'm like, oh no, did I put the adhesive on the wrong side? So anyway, so that is coming, and instead we're going to be doing these kinds of videos instead, and that'll be really fun. So yay. Okay, so then last but not least, we're going to throw on this ampersand puffy sticker. These were so fun. Just love the way that they look. Okay, I think I'm going to put it like right there. Looks good. I probably could have like done this on a pattern instead of white, but I like it on the white, I think. But if this is an idea that you like, you can always change up the background on this, make it more colorful, less colorful. Although there is no less colorful than white, but you know, you guys know what I mean. Okay, so let me clear off my desk here, and then we'll read the journaling, and then that'll be it for today. Today was a little bit longer. My goal, like I said, is 30 minutes or less. Today was a bit longer because I felt like I had a couple things to tell you guys at the beginning there. And this one was a little bit more labor intensive. I've got some projects in the works, or planned and ready to go, that are really quick and simple with this kit, because I'm also a big believer that quick and simple does not detract from, you know, how good or great or whatever a story is. I think they're still awesome when they're simple. Okay, so let's do some reading of the story, and then we'll call this one a day. Oh, I should date stamp it too. Let me date stamp it, and then we'll call it a day. Yeah, I'm trying to get better at this. This, like, remembering to date stamp things. Question is, where am I gonna put this? Maybe I'll just put it here. Yeah, good enough. And I'm just dating this with the day that I created the project, because I feel like that's a pretty good representation of when the story was written. Okay, so here we go. All right, so we got this one right here. So this is a picture of me. I'll hold this up a little bit higher so you guys can see. So this is a picture of me on the first day of kindergarten, and then Izzy, and then Izzy, and then me. So we've got then. So this was August 1992. This photo was taken on my very first day of kindergarten. Every year, my mom would have us pose out in front of our house for a first day of school photo. This year, I was going to school for the very first time. Well, outside of preschool. And you can see the excitement on my face. My school, North Road Elementary, was on the northern side of Fenton, and happily, many of my preschool friends were going to be in my class as well. So that is then number 1. So then I've got now. So this one is August 2020. This photo was taken on your first day of kindergarten. For the first time, I dressed you in a school outfit and took your first day of school photo. This year, because of the coronavirus pandemic, you were homeschooled for the year. We were all disappointed that you wouldn't be able to go to a public school where you would make tons of new friends, but we felt like it would be better to keep you home and safe. Even still, you can see the excitement you felt in this photo. So the differentiation between, my first day of school going to a public school and then Izzy's first day of school being homeschooled. And then we've got now number 2. So now August 2020. I love how the colors of our first day of kindergarten outfits matched each other. Your clothes have to be a really soft cotton or you won't wear them. This summer, I got you a new wardrobe of the highest quality cotton clothes in the hopes that you would wear them without a fight. You were very happy with them all. We took you to the hairdresser earlier in the summer too, so you are fully supporting the bangs look. I think you look so cute. So that one I tested to her outfit and then also her hairstyle. So then in the last of the then, so August 1992, one of my favorite things about these photos from my early days of school are my outfits. I was blessed to have a creative mom who loved to sew clothing for me. This cow print dress was a homemade dress that I wore on my first day of school. I had all kinds of dresses like this, which gave me a cute, quirky look. I also had a permed hairdo that was cut into a sweet little bob, and I often had a big bow in it. I loved this look. So yeah, I was the kid who wore homemade clothes to school in all the quirky colors and had a super permed, crazy hairdo, which was a lot of fun. So that is my story of then and now and how I use the Ampersand products to help me tell this story. All right, you guys, so that is it for today. So I'm just going to do the one story. I'll take some pictures and I'll post those on the Patreon post for close-up images if you want to see those. And otherwise, that's going to be it. So thank you for coming and hanging out with me for a little bit today. This was a lot of fun. I am going to, my plan is to come back tomorrow at the same time, this 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I have I'll probably just be working mostly on Ampersand stories all week long. I've got 10 to work on with you guys here on Patreon, so there's a lot of our days will be Ampersand stories, but this was fun. So, all right, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch up with you tomorrow. Have a good one. Wait, oh, yes, Rachel. Yes, I'll show you real quick. Progress for travel album. So, drop something in here? No. Okay, so all I was going to show you is that I have, so I did all the journaling portion, and then I've got the photos. So you can see, like, where I've got, so this will be my next step, is to put in all the photos. But, whoops, there is my progress. Yay! So this might be another day that we'll just come on here and I'll finish this album up with you guys. So there's all kinds of them. And I love the way that those like titles worked out with the photos. I think that it's going to turn out really fun. Love this alpha. That one is really fun and it's perfect for like pool days. Yes. So like all kinds of these. And this is essentially what I did the other day is I just printed all my photos off. Tried to get them in here. Some are going to have collages and full pages. Some of them will have no photos. So just lots of fun stuff, you know. Anyway, and I have one ephemera that I'm going to add into this from the brewery that we went to. I'm just going to add it to the top of this photo of Aaron glaring at me as I'm like, give me your beer and let me take a picture. So lots of fun ones. I had to throw in a bunch of these from going to Krispy Kreme because that was fun. And then this. So right now everything is just kind of like loosely thrown in the pages, and then I will adhere everything down, and then I will embellish whatever I feel like embellishing, and probably keeping them pretty thin so that it doesn't bulk it up too much, because with all the photos in there it's really not too bad as it is right now. So I'm kind of happy with that. Anyway, that'll probably be later this month. We'll work on that together too. Anyway, you guys, that is really it this time. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you around tomorrow. Bye, you guys.